have told me, babe, that someday these will be the good old days. All the love you won't forget, and all these reckless nights you won't regret. Someday soon your whole life's gonna change. You'll miss the magic of these good old days.
I was thinking about the band, I was thinking about the fans. We were underground, loading merch in that 12-passenger van, in a small club in Minnesota, and the snow outside of First Ave. I just wanted my name and a star. Now look at where we at, still growing up, still growing up. I would lay in my bed and dream about what I'd become. Couldn't wait to get older, couldn't wait to be some. Now that I'm here, wishing I was still young. Those good old days.
I wish somebody would've told me, babe, that someday these would be the good old days. All the love you won't forget, and all these reckless nights you won't regret. Cause someday soon your whole life's gonna change. You'll miss the magic of the good old days.
Wish I didn't think I had the answers. Wish I didn't drink all of that blast first. Wish I made it to homecoming, got up the courage to ask her. Wish I would've gotten out of my show. Wish I put the bottle back on that shelf. Wish I wouldn't have worried about what other people thought and felt comfortable with myself. Rooftop open, and the stars above. Moment frozen, sneaking out and falling in love. Me, you, and that futon, we just begun. On the grass dreaming, figuring out who I was. Those good old days.
I wish somebody would've told me, babe, that someday these would be the good old days. All the love you won't forget, and all these reckless nights you won't regret. Cause someday soon your whole life's gonna change. You'll miss the magic of the good old days.
Never thought we'd get old. Maybe we're still young. Maybe you always look back and think it was better than it was. Maybe these are the moments. Maybe I've been missing what it's about. Been scared of the future, thinking about the past while missing out on now. We've come so far, I guess I'm proud. And I ain't worried about the wrinkles around my smile. I got some scars, I've been around. I felt some pain, I've seen some things, but I'm here now. Those good old days.
You don't know what you got till it goes, till it's gone. You don't know what you got till it goes, till it's gone. I wish somebody would've told me, babe, someday these will be the good old days. All the love you won't forget, and all these reckless nights you won't regret. Someday soon your whole life's gonna change. You'll miss the magic of these good old days.
I don't think there was background noise, though.
Can you hear that humming?
Oh, you need like dog's ears to hear that.
Oh, I can hear that.
Okay. I'm not as old. I'm not as young as you, so
there's little bits. There's not a crazy amount, but you can hear some. So by leaving silence,
that's kind of like a white noise, though. That just kind of gets drowned out, you know. Like some people sleep with fans on, right?
Some people do, yes, but sometimes when you're listening to like a podcast, sometimes I do podcasts in the car, and you can hear the
a car. That's like road noise and like people getting aggravated at being cut off. Like birds are being flipped, and you know.
Anyways, but yeah, this is my attempt at slightly making them a little bit better.
Yeah, I think you're overthinking and overworrying then if that noise is going to foul up your podcast, because that's...
Well, it just sounds like I'm in a booth instead of an unfinished basement, I think.
Because if that's the noise that brought the Titanic down, that ship's still sailing, man.
All right. But yeah. So
it was an iceberg. Actually.
Episode something of something. It was an iceberg. Why the fuck did you think it was that noise?
Well, I was just trying to use some kind of metaphor to the situation that was... clearly misguided.
Jonathan Nesbitt, everybody. Professional metaphor writer.
Yeah.
And local amateur underground comedy supporter.
Yeah.
Soon to be
failed attempt or possible successful attempt maker.
Yeah, so Jonathan Nesbitt, you are the guest. You were here the very first night that I did a podcast.
Yeah, I was in on that one. I remember.
That was a shit show.
It was a fun time. It was a fun experience.
It was a shit show, though.
I think it was quite unlistenable because I did listen to it.
It was very difficult to listen to.
Yeah.
There's a lot of... I think the downside to having a mic that picks up everything is that you can't drown out when two people are talking next to you.
Multiply that by another two because we had 4. So.
And then you can actually, there's at one point or maybe 2 points in that podcast, I think Sam goes and takes a piss behind the house and you can actually hear.
Oh, it was picking up the urine trickles. That's not quite the most pleasant thing to put in a podcast, But the sound of the guests peeing, it's like...
We also had to cut a lot, or I had to cut. I have a team of people that
you and your entourage
construct these podcasts. I had to cut so much stuff. I cut back 40 minutes, and some of it was just something super offensive being said by one person to someone else.
Yeah,
while 2 other people were having a normal conversation. So then all of a sudden it would just be in the midst of conversation, and then it would just cut to something completely different that had nothing to do with the topic at hand.
Yeah, well, that makes sense. I went to put my feet up with my shoes on this pristine couch here, and for the listeners, and I realized, well, maybe I'll just take my shoes off. But yeah,
the pristine couch. It's called Cat Dusty Footprint.
Yeah. I think they make that in Korea, right? And then ship it to you. They get the cats to crawl on it there, and then it arrives like that.
Yeah, because it's what it is they have this room that they put the couches on display, and then the cats run around with soy sauce on.
Oh, this is soy sauce.
Different flavors, because the best flavor of cat is if you marinate it while it's still alive.
Oh no!
And then they run around. 5 minutes in,
when I do have marinated cat, I prefer the live marinated cat.
Racism has started.
Yeah, don't give me
for the record, the only Asians that eat cats are from North Korea.
Is it North Korea? Yeah, I did mention Korea. That's kind of weird, the North Korea, South Korea thing. I mean...
I'm joking. There's probably more of them that do that, but I just like to blame Kim Jong-un.
Seems to be a popular target of Facebook memes, at least.
You see that picture that I shared of the cartoon of...
With the dicks?
Them,
the measuring?
Yeah, measuring dick sizes.
Yeah. Measuring dicks is always a good angle, I think. You can't go wrong comedically with that. I saw one today that I was going to send you, but it would have been pointless because you were still asleep. But it was on Instagram, and it was a little bit more erotic than that, and they had missiles for dicks, and they were both laid back, lounging together, and stroking each other's missiles.
They were stroking each other's or their own?
Yeah, they were kind of at an angle like this.
Double Dutch rudder, or whatever you call that. Kind
of laying side by side at this angle, and then they're kind of making an X, and their bodies are going like this, and then they have crossed arms on each other's dicks, right? Or sorry, missiles.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, and they're nuclear missiles, of course.
And that was an actual picture too, wasn't it?
What's that?
That was an actual picture too.
Well, it was an artist rendering. I don't think they actually. I don't think they actually posed for that one. I'm pretty sure they didn't.
Jesus Christ. It's a good start to the podcast so far. So I asked you mostly because nobody else acknowledged the post.
Perfect. I like being down number 10 on the rung. Yeah.
Number 10.
Well, 9 people didn't respond. Number 10 got asked.
Oh, I know.
Believe me, I'm just kidding.
It's nice that you think so highly of yourself.
Oh, fuck yeah. That's awesome. Yeah. If I don't think highly of myself, who will?
That is true. No, I asked you because I wanted someone who is going to be part of the show on Sunday.
True.
And I mean, that being said, I have 3 shows this week.
Yeah, you're doing your own show, right? In Hampton?
The Hampton show on Wednesday that I'm hosting.
You got a Miramachi on...
Yeah, Miramachi at the Vogue Theater on Saturday.
That should be cool.
And then the Roast Battle show. That being said, I'm not on the Roast Battle show. I'm just judging.
You're involved, though. If you're judging, that means you're going to have to say things over a microphone.
Show promoter and judge. Yeah, I think I'm going to write an insult.
Yeah.
About every comic that I'm roasting.
For sure.
And I'll
insult
hit them with one.
the people beforehand, too, so you can insult me.
No, because that's going to be weird because I'm probably not going to be sitting at the thing.
Oh.
I'm going to be sitting at the judge's table with a microphone.
Yeah.
Judging everybody's first, or not everybody's first attempt, but judging people.
Well, I just hope that I get insulted at some point for my attempt anyway. Like, it would be cool. Well, I think it's an honor to be insulted, right?
I think that if you don't do well,
the stakes are high. I get shot, right?
I'll insult you as I'm insulting like Ian Esty or something.
Yeah, it's like Ian Esty.
You have the comedic talent of a Jonathan Nesbitt.
Yeah, it's like you're now in the Ian Esty realm of things. Like, you get mentioned, but we kind of don't want to bring you up. I'm just kidding. I actually like Ian Esty.
Yeah, well,
Casey's listening.
We all tolerate him.
Yeah, he's a good guy. He's a cool dude.
Yeah. So you're popping your cherry. Oh, I guess you should say too, for the people listening to this, for the 11 people listening to this.
The one guy in Korea that's listening.
Yep. Yeah. They're now pointing the fucking missile at... They got the GPS location.
The angry person who doesn't like cats and likes missiles in Korea, right?
Is now... He's saying, fuck all the shit that Jim Jeffries said on the Jim Jeffries show. That Matt Keenan guy and his 7 friends.
Yeah.
And 11 followers can go fuck themselves.
Oh, I'm taking that call. That's going to be a shit show.
You said you are taking that call?
No, fuck that, no.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I guess, we should start off by saying that you are like a local comedy super fan, but like not one of those people that say they are, but just goes to like shows at Yuk Yuk's and Chuckles. Like you...
Yeah, I've never been to Chuckles, actually.
Oh, well, you ruined it. I was going to say you go to all of it.
I would go to Chuckles if I had a car.
That's true.
So like all the way across
anything
town.
Uptown, you go to...
I restrict my comedy stuff to within walking distance.
Yeah.
Unless people invite me in their car, then I'm pretty much not getting there, right?
Yeah, so you... So you get Yuk Yuk's, you get No Jokes Barred at the R Bar, No Jokes Barred Deluxe at O'Leary's, Sunday afternoons at McGill's. So you get all of that. I think I want to reach out to the people at Peppers too and try and start getting a show going.
Really? Yeah. That's so close to McGill's, though. You think you can start a rivalry? Or?
It's not a rivalry. I'm not going to do it on the same night. We're going to do both shows at the same time.
I'm just joking.
Start hosting in one and then run next door to the other one.
Yeah.
No, just to have something else in the evening at a different bar or something.
Well, there's you're switching the championship round to a Thursday, right? A Thursday night.
Yeah, but I know that we won't be able to keep that Thursday spot. In the summertime, Wednesdays and Thursdays, you got St. John Idol and Country Star. So the boardwalk is packed for people there for that.
Yeah.
So to compete inside one of the buildings that has a patio, that people are there for that, they're not. It's going to be noisy as shit. And people coming in and out, and the music playing inside and outside, and whatever.
Yeah.
So I don't expect to have that, but
logical. Even
like a Sunday evening would be cool, I think.
Yeah, I mean Sunday evening's cool for sure.
And get another show. It doesn't have to actually be at Peppers, but I'd be cool with having a couple different shows, just open mics. You know what I mean, at different spots, because they might bring out a few different people.
Yeah, I mean, it's the seems to be a challenge to get enough people to keep coming out. Seem to see a lot of the same people, which is good. There's definitely some random people that come out to the open mics. You know, like you get some, like the O'Leary's one, that the last one there, or the people that Arif was getting into it with. That was an interesting vibe that night, and I don't know if that was like John Ford was saying, if that was because of the Fringe Fest kind of spillover, and some people had come out and wanted to check it out because of that, and then didn't really realize that there was going to be people that might swear or something. You know, they seemed like a conservative bunch there, and didn't seem to enjoy some of it anyway. But
yeah, for sure. Yeah, I don't know. I think it would be awesome if between every show, there's an opportunity to get on stage once a month or once a week. Because right now, at this point, there are so many people that want to get on stage that oftentimes it's every other month, sometimes potentially longer. You know what I mean? But because you really open mic wise, I mean, especially too we've been doing the roast battle, so we've had less comics doing the open mic portion, but with No Joke's Barred, and then there's No Joke's Barred, there's amateur night. Like, I've only done one amateur night.
At the Yuk Yuk's ones?
Yeah.
But you've done other like little sandwich spots there too,
lot,
right?
Yeah, I've done like 5 or 6 guest spots, so I'm not complaining, but that's the amount of people that, because of the what they have there, June, July, August, and then September. So they've had 4 so far.
Yeah, I think so.
I did the one in June. There have been, as far as I know, there's only been 4 people that have done it twice.
I think Dan Gurterio Dan did it twice.
So did Sam McDonald, Jason Hamilton, and Drake Tobias.
Yeah, I know Drake's done it twice. He did it with a cast once, didn't he?
Yeah. I think they're the only ones the only 4 that have done it twice. So, like, that shows that there's a good chunk of people that have, because they usually have like 8 or 9 people on that. And then the Hour Bar too, you're not going to get up there every month. Wells's Room, sometimes I can, because there's so many people that back out up in Fredericton. But like, to have the option to know that, I mean, 1 week there's Laughter Noons, 1 week there's the Hour Bar, 1 week there's something
from
else.
A straight comedian trying to improve his skills perspective.
It's very difficult here too, because like you want to encourage other people to try and things like that as well, because the more people that get involved, you know what I mean? Like, the more people that get involved, the more people that learn about the comedy scene around. From a
networking perspective, they're going to bring their friends in on the focus on the spotlight too, right? So, and
potentially those people will stay. Maybe they won't. It's hard to say.
But they're going to experience it.
But
at least.
like, you know what I mean? Like, so like it's. I think that's an important thing. And then if you have it at different venues, it could there might be a few people that would go to that venue before they go to a different venue. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like, I don't know. That's my thoughts. I think that would be beneficial to the comedy scene. And then I know Shane Ogden's talked a handful of times about doing an open mic at Chuckles.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like it's their format though, right? Like, they're kind of more in line with the Yuk Yuk's kind of format, with the bringing in kind of a headliner from out of town,
they
right?
Absolutely are. But I mean, Yuk Yuk still does amateur night, right? So if they add just
they have
one
once
random
a
night,
month.
they have,
I suppose.
Again, that's an extra stage. Plus, they have the Facebook following too to post. Same with Yuk Yuk's. Like, that's the biggest reason Yuk Yuk's is solid, because people know the name and they've got the following.
Yeah, it's the brand that they're building, right? Yuk Yuk's has built their brand over however long since it's been around in Canada,
so you get that following on Facebook and whatnot, and you say, hey, amateur night or open mic night, comedy on this day, and then people show up because there's so many out of the, you know what I mean? For me in Hampton, this Hampton shows, like I have like 400 people on my Facebook page versus the thousands that like Yuk Yuk's has, and I can bring it most of the time anywhere from 15 to 40 people. So to have that reach, of the thousands, it's that definitely probably helps. But anyways, I don't know. I think that it would be cool though if we had something because I get up on stage on average once a week.
Although this week's a 3-stage weeker though, right?
It is. Sort of. But the last time I was on stage was at the R Bar.
The R Bar,
which was
the No Jokes Bar.
Yeah, which was over a week ago.
Yeah.
And then before that, I think it was the last Hampton show I had.
Which would have been at the end of last month.
Which was, Oh no, Will's Room. I did Will's Room, that's right.
What did you think of the show, the most recent Yuk Yuk's amateur night?
What did I think of the show?
Yeah.
For the most part, I enjoyed it. I thought that I never understand with James Mollinger when he's working new stuff. He always insists on doing like 20 minutes of old stuff. You know what I mean?
Mixing it in with the new.
Yeah, because I've kind of got to that point where like if I'm going to work new stuff, it's all new stuff.
Yeah.
Before I would kind of layer it and stuff, but once I got more comfortable on stage, it was just like, you know what, I'm just going to go up. It's all going to be new. It's either going to work or it's not.
But the experience of it is where you're going to grow with it, right? And can you make it better and find out what didn't work or whatever?
Yeah. But I just think too, also like if you go up and you do 10, 15 minutes of stuff that, like if you got a 20-minute slot and you do like 10, 15 of stuff that you do all the time that always works, and then sandwich in like 5 minutes of stuff in with that, you might not actually know how it goes. It could also be like the fear of bombing and like
kind of almost
being in front of people.
Yeah, I think it's almost like he feels a sense of responsibility. Like, let's make sure that I give them, that my name still stays high. That I'm the Mollinger you all know and love. I'm going to make you laugh, and then also I'm going to try out some new stuff too.
Yeah, that could be it.
I don't know. I don't know what someone else is thinking, right? So
yeah, it's hard to tell. But like the stuff that he's doing, that he was working on for the debaters that he's filming this week or whenever, I really enjoyed that. I enjoyed Travis, even though it was just the same set that he did at the R Bar, but it was still
it was good. It's a good set.
Yeah. I thought Shane was great.
I've never seen that Ethan Gons guy before.
I thought Ethan was my favorite.
That was my favorite set of that night, actually. Other than Shane Ogden and Mollinger, just because they're pros, so polished, right?
But you know what? Even Shane wasn't really polished. He was
whatever. I mean, but he still can pull off the unpolished and make it funny.
Oh yeah,
right?
absolutely. So, no, I thought Shane was probably the funniest, but I thought Ethan was phenomenal.
I think his was strong, from start to finish. I don't know what the deal is with the red light blinking, if that means that they're trying to get him to go off stage, but it seemed like maybe he was going a little bit longer than the time they have allotted, and he just didn't care. But I'm all for that. That's cool, man.
I think it's not entirely. The light is to let you know. I think they hit you at. They say do 5 to 7 minutes. I'm pretty sure they light you at 4 minutes.
Okay, they start with it.
They just flash you supposed to get your attention, and then they hit you again. I think it's at 6 minutes.
Okay.
And then once you hit 7,
the triple light flash,
keep flickering it or something.
Yeah, because he got past that. He got into the overtime on the light flash.
He went long for sure, but it was strong.
But yeah, it was worth it because it's not like he sagged after and it was just like wasting people's time beyond what he had. Like it was all stuff was all quality from beginning to end. So if we got to sit there for 10 minutes of quality stuff, I think that's what we came for, right?
Yeah, that's good too. I mean, there are places that will cut your mic.
It's a little unnecessary. It's like the Oscars or whatever. You put the music.
Well, the thing is, though, right? If it's to get used to, like, because there's going to be venues that have they might have 2 shows.
Could be reasons that they have to structure it.
Like let's say, for example, there's a venue and they got a show at 8 o'clock and then another show at 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
They want you done by 9:30 so that they can clear out and fill up again.
You got to keep your schedule.
If everybody goes over like 5 minutes and then all of a sudden it's 1:45 and whatever, then all of a sudden they're really pushing it on time.
Yeah.
So like they get you kind of accustomed to saying, there's a comedian named Mark DeBonis. I think he's based out of Toronto. He's moving to LA though. But he has this CD and he opens it by saying that he's like, I'm going to bring my phone up here strictly for time purposes. So I can make sure that I don't go over. He's like, comedy is the only job where they get mad at you for working too long.
Yeah.
Longer than you're supposed to.
That's true.
I think the amateur night as a whole was a great show. I loved No Jokes Barred the week before.
Yeah,
that I had fun with that.
That one, I find maybe it's the social aspect of it. I find I enjoy that a little bit more because you get into Yuk Yuk's, you turn down the lights. It's about the show, right? But maybe at No Jokes Barred, it's about the show and it's about kind of the environment too.
Oh yeah,
because there's a lot of other things going on. Like John Ford's got to yell at the people behind the bar for 10 minutes. Like sometimes crazy people are coming in off the street that need to be battled back a little bit. Yeah, just anything can happen, right? Yeah. And then there's the break, and you get to go out and everyone having their smokes and some jokes outside, some fun outside. You go back in.
Yeah. I love. It's probably one of my favorite stages just because, I mean, I haven't had to deal with any shit, but I've seen some shit. And I haven't even seen the crazy shit that they've seen before, too. But you know what I mean? Like, John yelling at those people the other day. And then there was another show, John was yelling at people as well because they were...
Well, that one with the guy, the 3 dudes that... massive hecklers that he just totally emasculated and then they left.
He just did this whole like...
he cut them down hard.
Something like...
Yeah.
Oh, I'm going to show me more money than you, or whatever the guy said. And he's like, that's because I don't want to suck that many dicks per hour or something like that.
He got him. He got him hard. And then even his friends laughed at him.
Yeah.
So that's when it was time for him to leave. It was like, oh, I'm even getting laughed at by my own friends. Like...
Yeah. But I don't know. I love that venue. I love that room. I hear, was that Patrick?
Yo, big man.
Hard day at school.
Mentally drained.
Drained?
Mentally drained.
What was the draining of your mentality today?
He's back at school.
Oh, you're going to school?
Yeah.
You're 30 years old, you're going to school?
For 7 weeks.
Only for 7 weeks, then it makes it okay.
And they teach you how to cup the balls and stroke the shaft.
You're cupping balls for 7 weeks?
Yes. Yeah.
Well, not just cupping balls.
Balls and shafts?
Well, you don't cup the shaft.
Stroking.
You cup the balls, you stroke the shaft.
Yeah.
And then they
stroke the kitty.
They teach you how to do that weird neck movement where you're like the genies do or something like that.
What the hell are you taking in school?
Cock 3.
Yeah. No, for electrical.
Electrical? So you don't blow up the city? Or burn it down?
I don't know. Can you blow up the city?
I did all this.
Yeah, what'd you do? You painted that? That was a while ago, right?
No,
it's last week here.
You watched the movie on it since?
Yeah.
Yeah, is it good?
Yeah.
HD.
Yeah.
Hope so.
Wall HD. I like it.
Wall HD.
It's not plasma.
Oh, it could burn into the wall. I think other problems.
Yeah. Come on, LCD wall.
You guys done your podcast already?
Yeah, we were recording. It's probably still recording.
Yeah, it's still recording.
So Pat, you're on the podcast now.
I'll probably
If he
edit
chooses
it.
not to edit this grand personal discussion about
We're at the 30-minute mark.
doing in
ish.
school out,
I'm sure it will be cut.
Some of it will.
you had to go there.
Yeah.
Not too much.
Come on.
I bought it for those radio ads. Apparently, if you peas, certain peas apparently can fuck with radio transmitting. And so I bought that to use that, and then
Oh, some ads for something?
yeah,
You guys don't rock the sushi, do you?
Yeah.
no,
You got it all?
we don't do sushi.
No, because sushi, that's like
we don't do sushi.
that's high end uptown
We don't
shit,
do-
brother.
We're not uptown.
Well, no, you go.
No,
to
I know, I realize that.
You go to Superstore and get sushi. so
Yeah, exactly. But
Yeah, exactly.
no, but you can go
Yeah,
to
that's
like
high millage. though.
Canterbury and the EN restaurant, for example, and get yourself
Oh,
some
yes, that's true.
high end sushi action. I know those
Yeah,
people.
you can go to Take Sushi.
There are nice people in there.
Take Sushi. Is they still open?
That's a different one. I don't know them.
Are they open?
I
Still?
don't know. I don't partake in the sushi, although I have been handed free sushi while I was in the Canterbury though, and it was really good. But I generally don't.
You were
eat it.
That was
handed.
drugs, brother.
You were,
Was it? Yeah. Well, either way, it worked out good.
It was
It's in the
ecstasy.
pill form. What do they call it?
They were
Sushi or
really
not?
large, like cylindrical pills then that were kind of like raw fish, but and they had other weird action attached
In
to
the
it.
Canterbury, like Canterbury Lounge.
Yes,
Yeah, because
attached
it's
to-
it's
Oh,
attached.
they're closing.
I know. I'm aware of that. Yeah.
I wonder why.
Most of the barcade, I think. I know they're dead now on the weekends, and the barcade's one of the spots to be now.
Barcade
But
83 is
also-
killing, eh?
Also, they got in trouble for their music being too loud. 7 nights a week, that place is busy.
The barcade's booming now. Yeah.
Sunday nights they have there. That's where I went last night.
I was wondering where the fuck you went.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's their I don't know what they call it, but it's for people that work
Bar
it's for-
staff night or
Yeah,
whatever?
something along those lines.
Yeah, 'cause
people
they
that
used to have that in
people
Ottawa.
that don't work your typical Monday to Friday and get the weekends off. So they have the $5 draft, and so you can go in and get your Birkin Squirrel or your Pickaroons.
Do you have to have proof of occupation?
For $5. No, it's just a
That's the price.
Another
They're not
reason
going to
to have people
discriminate
drinking.
against people during their special.
yeah. Like Steve
I'm
Fudge
guessing.
doesn't even have a job, and he's allowed to go.
Yeah, I think they just bow to the almighty dollar in these circumstances, right? Like,
Just brings
don't
more people out.
care
They
if it's for your
advertise it.
benefit. Yeah, if you're not working and you're spending your money on booze, that's fine.
Yep.
You know, so that's how it works.
As long as it's not. As long as you're not one of those straight welfare bums that does not. The people that are just spending their money on drugs and alcohol and not working.
Like Hobo Joe?
Yeah, it's like Hobo Joe.
Yeah, and arguing for smokes in King Square, stealing skateboards.
Nice.
I saw a pigeon with half of his skull exposed recently. Like,
You see a lot of weird things.
yeah,
Are you
Makes
sure
me
you're just
wonder-
not on LSD?
I was
or
gonna
No.
say he's just sitting in his basement doing fucking acid.
yeah.
And then
No,
he
man,
wanders,
it was.
and then he wanders around uptown.
I have a witness. Another person saw this pigeon.
Yeah, well,
But
was he on
the
LSD
pigeons
as well?
peck at this other pigeon's head, and I saw them pecking at his head too. So the pigeons aren't friendly to this pigeon. Like they
So maybe-
pecked his fucking skin
What
right
color
off.
is
His,
he?
he looks like the other pigeons. He just got like his. You can see his fucking actual bone in his skull. They've pecked the skin right off his head.
Maybe the pigeons were on drugs.
The pigeons were on something, man, because we're feeding them popcorn. Though.
What's the one where? So they're on meth, and he was just like, "Oh, my head's itchy. There's spiders," and then
Yeah, the only problem with that theory that he did it himself is that he's got wings, man, and you can scratch the skin
Well,
off your
he's-
head with feathers, then you got talent, right?
friction.
Well, he can use those little creepy feet. Maybe if he's really like, if he can get his feet
He's in the pigeon
up to his head. Like, can he scratch his head like a dog can scratch his own head with his
I don't know.
feet?
Peut-être. That was French. I don't know why I said that.
Yeah, which lends me back to thinking that it was the guys pecking. Like, there is stuff like that term, the pecking order, is for a reason, right? Like they're pecking at each other.
Isn't that what the KFC chickens do?
Oh, the non-free range chickens you're talking about. They're in the cages.
And they just like maul the shit out of each other.
Yeah, and some of them like are in such a hell kind of psychological that they try to kill themselves with the cage, and there's a lot of chicken potential suicide out there. It's not quite to the like Reversing Falls Bridge level, but it's
is there a lot of chickens?
It's an issue.
Is there a lot of chickens that jump off Reversing Falls Bridge?
Well, they can't fly. They just.
I'm thinking if you gave enough chickens opportunity, some would take it. Like mathematically, there's a number out there.
Do you think they would take it intentionally, or they would just fall?
Well, hard to say what the chicken's intent was, right? You got to kind of go with the result of the action.
That's true. Like even some of the people that jump off there, you have to wonder if did they jump or did they fall? Or were they pushed?
It's not like, well, if they did leave the suicide note like clarifying beforehand, you know, or the ones that survived, then you can kind of be like, what the fuck were you thinking? You can kind of get it out of them a little bit. But the ones that don't survive, then hopefully they left a note.
Were they coerced into writing that note?
Yeah.
Were they murdered? Someone else wrote the note.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I don't know. But I did once fight a chicken with a shovel. It's not related to the fall or suicide.
Did the chicken have a shovel as well?
Okay, this is the actual story.
Animal cruelty.
I was in Ontario.
Peter would be very
You're
disappointed.
on LSD again, right?
No LSD. I was a kid. I was like 8 or 7, and I was in Ontario visiting my family's farm. Like, this is an uncle, and my cousins had this chicken they called Scuzzy, and he was just this really ornery chicken that was really nasty. And you if you went in there to try and take eggs from her or whatever, he would just fight you and shit. So they're like, okay, well, you got to, today, it's like your rite of passage. You got to fight the chicken. So they gave me the shovel, and they just, like my older brother and the cousins, they're all bigger than me. They just put me in the cage with the chicken and the shovel, and I just kind of just deflected him off because he came at me, right?
So it was cockfighting.
No, it was just the chicken attacking me is all it was. And I had the shovel, and he was just bouncing off the shovel because I could see him coming, right? And just put the shovel in the way.
What are you listening to?
It sounded sort of like that, Pat, yeah.
Why is there applause? Did I hear applause at the end of that?
More chickens.
The applause of many chickens because they approve, right? Of the sound, right?
So let's get to there was the main of like the couple things that I actually want to talk about.
Yeah.
Roast battle. What did you think of roast battle so far?
Well, the one that I attended was awesome. I did see the roasts on the YouTube from the first one on Matt Keenan's YouTube channel. So if there are 11 or 10 people listening, they should be subscribed to his channel as well, in my opinion.
Yeah,
I subscribe to it.
Matt Keenan Comedy.
Yeah. And it's got you holding a baby, I think, is your little screen picture.
Again, the picture, yeah, it's me holding my nephew.
Someone's baby. I
don't know whose baby it is.
You just abducted a baby for the picture or something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But it could be a nephew. I don't know.
Yeah, I just wanted the social media attention. Not everybody pays any attention to comedy stuff, but if they see a baby, they're like, oh.
Yeah. You're going for clickbait.
I have no idea.
Yeah. It's a clickbait trick.
Whose baby this is.
Yeah.
But
hopefully you gave the baby back.
Yes, that's the... Actually, I'm working on a joke about that, actually.
Yeah?
That's the most important part, is that you remember to give the baby back.
Yeah. Although some people might appreciate you taking the baby for a bit longer or whatever, but give it back eventually, right?
Yeah, maybe like crackheads or something.
Yeah, those are the ones that people kind of just generally take the babies away permanently, though. I don't know.
The only thing is, I can't afford to support that baby's crack addiction.
Crack babies.
Well, like, you got to assume if the parents are doing crack, that the baby probably is.
So does he have a little baby-sized crack pipe?
Like a third-party crack. I don't know what you call that.
Who's his baby crack dealer?
His mother?
Yes, come on. You're the problem. They don't have like special dealers for babies. Did you ever hear the Chappelle joke?
No.
About the baby that's selling pot on the side of the street in the projects?
No.
And he's
Sounds
like, oh,
good,
baby,
though.
come on. You can't be out here selling weed. You got your whole life to look forward to. Nigga, I got kids to feed.
That's a bang on Chappelle voice impression for sure. He's starting to look like him.
Anyways, yeah, it's about this drug dealing baby, but that's a funny bit.
Yeah. So anyway, back to the
YouTube
roast
sometime.
battle. I think we need to get back
Yeah,
on track.
yeah. So,
Maybe some,
anyways, what
our left
have
turns.
your thoughts been
Yeah.
so far?
Well, the one that I went to was awesome. There was definitely a controversial round between Dan McCarthy and Arif because it was so hard to decide, and Shane Ogden just wouldn't make a decision. It went to the audience, and then it was like equal amounts of applause. And then it went to the audience again, and somehow there was like a slightly more amount for Arif. And then I see that Arif's not even in it anymore. So I was like, somehow that wasn't even the deciding factor. So I don't even know how it came about that he's not in it. But.
So Arif lost to Mark Split in the first round.
Yes.
I lost to Trevor Mupsworthy. Sam lost to Ian Esty.
Yeah.
And Drake lost to Joe Tobias.
Yeah, the combination of the two. Yeah, they beat themselves. Yeah.
Drake lost to Joe Butler. And then the next round, Dan was supposed to roast Marty.
Had to pull out for a conflict.
Who had a work conflict, so he wasn't able to make it for that 4 o'clock. The popular 4 o'clock
Time
showtime slot. So then initially we were like, well, I reached out to a few people. Reached out to John Ford, Troy Haynes, and Camille Garceau because Camille had mentioned at one point wanting to do it, and then she backed out, and then apparently she talked about wanting to do it again. And I know that Troy would have enjoyed it, but it was a scheduling conflict for him as well, and John was just a pussy. That's
in Matt Keenan's opinion, right? It's strict opinion matter.
So he didn't want to do it. So then at that point, I was like, I'm not going to just start reaching out to every single person.
Yeah, well then RF was handy. I remember we were at the
Arab Bar.
I asked him, and he was like, "Sure."
Sam was there too, and I was like, "Sam," we were at Deluxe.
Deluxe, yeah.
And I was like, "Sam, what do you think of us doing an online poll for the 4 that got eliminated?
Yeah,
whoever gets the most votes gets to
go back in."
And then there were also talks of there were people that were not overly impressed with the idea of one of us getting to go back because they didn't think it was fair. So then I was like, well, Marty, can you make this day work for the next show? And he's like, yeah, absolutely. And I was like, okay, cool. Then this will just be a little to still have, so we still have the 4 battles, and then it won't really matter what happens, and then Dan will actually get to.
So Dan was kind of going to advance no matter what then?
Well, not advance, because he still has to roast Marty. So what's going to happen now at the next show? Because basically the winner of that match goes up against Simon Greeno.
Oh, okay.
So what's going to happen is we're going to open the show with that matchup.
I
with
got you.
Martin and Dan.
Yeah. It's
kind
of like we're still in the second round while the third round of the playoffs is still going on.
Exactly.
I got
so
you.
then the winner of that show of that battle will close out the entire show against Simon. So we'll go in, very first thing, Corey Hartland's emceeing. He's going to do whatever, 10 minutes or so off the top. Then we'll bring up the judges, and Martin and Dan will go up.
Yeah.
We'll determine who won. Then we'll do the regular comedy performance like before.
Okay.
And then
close back into some roasting again.
With the 4 roasts as well. It's just adding 1 extra roast to the.
So it's like a roast sandwich.
Yeah. Kind of. Except it's like a thin. It's like more like a hamburger because there's the thin one at the bottom, and then the big one at the top.
Being the meat or the bun?
The bun.
Let's use like a flatbread bun.
Well, yeah, but it is the four.
Yeah.
It's 4 times as big on the top, right? So
or is it like a piece of pizza stuck in a hamburger?
That is stupid.
Exactly.
Anyway, so yeah, I've had a lot of fun with the roast battles, even though I wasn't on the last show and I'm just judging the next one. They've been fun. We've been having solid turnouts.
There was a good crowd.
Hopefully we get another solid turnout.
Sell some more tickets
on Sunday. So to all you people listening to this in North Korea,
I don't think they'll make it. I mean, they'll just be plotting our demise.
I'm not sure if they're allowed to leave, but you can hop on the missile that's pointed at the U.S.
One that hopefully makes it over Japan, right?
And then skydive off and come to the show. No. If there's anybody in the U.S. listening to this, I am joking. Don't hate me. If there's anybody in North Korea listening to this, the U.S. told me to say this.
You saw the interview, right? Did you see that movie?
The movie, the interview? Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
North Korea didn't like that movie too much either, so I don't think they like the Keen and Peele. The Keen and Peele podcast is right there with the interview now.
Yeah, I'm gonna get banned from select theaters and stuff.
Yeah,
that's what happened. They didn't put it in theaters, did they?
Not at all. No.
They released it. They forced them to. It went just to Netflix, and now it's been buried. Like even since, like it was because it's kind of politically could cause problems, a little bit, like because it was basically saying that we should, the whole premise was to just wipe out Kim Jong-un, right? Like get close to him during the interview, poison him. But then they realized, oh, he's kind of cool. Well, he's still kind of nuts too, whatever.
Yeah.
Well, maybe I only watched it once, but.
Yeah, I only watched it once as well, but it was a good movie.
I liked it. Yeah.
So yeah, also at Roast Battles, you are making your comedic debut.
I'm going to make like 4 minutes and 52 seconds of comedy.
So that you have only...
masturbating?
So you have 8 seconds of laughter.
I'm hoping that there's going to be some laughter, that it may spring into
if he's masturbating, I don't know how much laughter there will be.
I feel that's just like something from Donald Glover's set one time, like the whole
weirdo.
Where he just forgets. Like you got to keep he's saying, go to these auditions. I got to always prove people that I remember how to act, and then I just stand there and go, "Is this acting?" For those who don't know, I did like a masturbation kind of thing.
He was having a seizure while jerking off. That's the basis of what went down. So, what made you decide that this bumpin' Sunday afternoons was the moment?
I thought about trying to emulate my local heroes, the people that I truly admire in St. John, which would be all the comedians, right?
And Don Darling.
What's that?
And Don Darling.
Don Darling. I don't know if he's a hero of mine. I don't know. I've never met him. Okay. But anyway, is he a comedian? No. I know he's the mayor, but is he funny?
No, you just said your local heroes. So.
Oh, okay. Well, anyway,
your local heroes that are
I don't know. I was
Donnie Snook, and
I was always pretty inspired and just kind of fascinated by the whole thing from when I first started seeing it go down, like that Snowy show out in KV, the comedy with balls or whatever it was. First time that I saw you, which was maybe your first or second time on stage, and then I think Ben McDonald was on that one too. Mullinger was there.
Yeah, it's the billiards.
Yeah, KV billiards thing. And I brought my sister out. Ken Bolton was there. And I was just man.
Who's Ken Bolton?
Ken Bolton. I think he's this really old guy. I don't know, like Obi-Wan Kenobi type guy or whatever.
He's like Santa Claus with leukemia or something.
Just with a really foul, the most foul-mouthed Santa Claus that you could ever come across, right?
Billy Bob Thornton.
Yeah. He's not a crazy sling blade. He's gonna take your nuts and kill your children. That kind of foul. He just makes some jokes.
Well, he might.
Maybe
though.
a little bit off.
He might. Don't assume that he wouldn't do that because we don't know.
You never truly know.
Why did he move away? How many children?
You're implying guilt.
How many children have gone missing?
I don't know.
Like in the month of June, right before he left. I don't know.
Like usually when kids go missing around here, like everyone hears about it, right?
This is true, yeah.
Yeah.
Because everybody knows who they are. They know someone who knew who they were.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they get hit up hard, like a front page of the paper type action.
Yeah.
But anyway, so I thought it was inspiring, kind of like, oh well, people have told me, you can be funny, this and that, and I was like, I don't know, man, is that even true? And I was like, well, could I do what these guys are doing? So this is my attempt to see if I can. That's all it is. Just
nice.
kind of, and I kind of don't put anything beyond like this one thing. If I want to do it again, we'll see. But I want to see how it goes first, right? Like, is it possible? Can I construct funny concepts and then get up there and then spew them out in proper order and then have people get the vibe and have this give and take receive thing, have everybody be in that moment and have it be a positive experience. Can that happen? Or am I going to stand up there and freeze and be like, oh shit, I don't remember what I'm going to say. And then be like, well, at least I know most of you, so this is extra awkward. And because now I'm not going to want to show my face anymore. Or do I not really even care that much? And can I just psych myself into it like, fuck, who cares? Go up and have some fun. That's the way I'm trying to approach it anyway.
That seems like the appropriate way to do so.
Yeah.
Yeah, go up there and have fun and hope that people laugh.
Yeah, if not, whatever. I know there's a few people
if
that...
not, give up and never
Yeah,
do it
I could
again.
always just pull it like Pat says, right?
Yeah, start jerking off.
Yeah, because we know people go to comedy shows to
if
watch
all else fails,
things like
just
that.
whip your dick out.
Yeah. And then hope that no one calls the cops or whatever for like indecent exposure or whatever.
It's at, I'm pretty sure it's at McGill's, and if someone was going to get called for decent exposure, it'd be on Friday night, not on a Sunday afternoon.
Exactly.
Yeah, that would be like what the kids grinding on each other you're implying to?
Or anything. Fucking in the bathroom. And
is that going down?
Maybe. I don't know.
Matt Keenan, let's see. You're the expert on the sex in the bathroom?
Sex with myself in the bathroom. The women's washroom.
Matt Keenan spends a lot of time in the women's washroom.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. A little glory hole.
Go
But I just reach around and I jerk myself off through the hole.
Who is this?
Nicer than put a soap machine in there too for you. In case you're out of hand lube or whatever. Anyway.
I think that you'll be all right if you pull your dick out. I think because comedy is an art, right? Art is subjective. So just because someone's not into that, doesn't mean that
that's my type of humor, and illegal. They just didn't get it that time, right? Yeah. Well, laws, Like, what if I just kind of like went up with like just my dick kind of sticking out like through the zipper and just acted like I didn't know that it was out?
No, it'd be better if it was your ball or something.
Yeah, but I've kind of given away my game plan right now. Then
like Pat used to walk around and he'd tell people they had a tumor on his stomach, and it'd just be his balls tucked out the top of his pants.
That's a cruel trick, man. That's a cruel trick.
Check out his stomach tumor.
Yeah.
He didn't do it in public, on occasion, but mostly when it's just you and him, which makes it weirder.
That's extra creepy. Yeah.
Or sometimes at like funeral homes.
Yeah, because balls sticking out and dead people go hand in hand.
How much do you think? Or do you think I can brush my balls against that dead lady's hand? Not even like funerals, like not at funerals that like just random. You just go into pay
that
respects.
Makes it even worse.
You look and you say, "Oh, John James Franklin, whatever the fuck his name is." Yeah, I know him. I went to school with his grandson. Then you just walk in and you say hey to everybody, and you brush your balls against his hand.
Is there a person that actually does this?
Why you want to know who to give your resume to?
It's like, how do I get into that line of work yet? Is there any way to monetize that kind of activity? I don't think so.
Jesus.
Yeah. If they paid people to stay at a jail, then that would be a way to make money from
They
it.
pay people to stay out of jail by rubbing their balls on dead people's hands? Is that how they're paying them? Or?
No, like, so basically we're going to pay you to stay out of jail, okay? You know? Okay, you should be in jail, but we're going to give you money. Even though you're doing shit that should get you in jail, we're going to give you money for what you're doing, you know? We're paying you for crime and creepy shit.
Well, is it creepy though?
Rubbing your balls on dead people? How is it not creepy?
It's only creepy when they grab them.
Yeah.
That is true. It's only creepy when they grab them. Who are you creeping out?
Is there a witness of said ball rubbing on the dead person? That's the person that's getting creeped out.
Like, do you do it in front of an audience?
Well, it's a funeral, right? Or is it just it's not a funeral, or is it just in the funeral parlor?
Well, maybe you went...
Is it like after hours dead people, or what?
It's in between viewings. Then.
Oh, okay. Well, it's a very private experience. Well, maybe it's a little bit more socially acceptable then. Because it's kind of like if the tree falls and there's no one there to hear it, did it happen, right?
Exactly.
So if you rub your balls and there's no one there to see it, and there's only a dead person that's part of it, you can't really tell anybody, right?
That is true.
As long as you don't go around blabbing to people like, hey, I just rubbed my balls on a dead person. It
No,
kind
I
of
think it's
is.
only necrophilia if you fuck them, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's when his blowjob really is oral sex really sex.
If you're doing behavior that's...
Well, that's why they have oral at the beginning. And that's why
Yeah.
sexual assault versus rape are slightly different.
Yeah. Do you really want any form of behavior that's borderline anything that ends in philia, though? You know?
Is there a good kind of philia?
Well, I mean, I'm just thinking of necrophilia, pedophilia. Like, I don't want anything borderline either of those two philias, right?
Philia. Just regular philia.
What about...
Yeah, I don't think I even want that. The philia.
I think that the only line is necropedophilia.
Is that a combo? Like
When you combine
like
the
dead
two.
children?
That is the line, I think, that
Yeah.
nobody should cross. That being
think-
said, alive
I think
children
there's
is
many
also...
lines. There's many lines that shouldn't be crossed here. But yeah.
I think alive children is also...
Yeah. Didn't somebody come down on you for like making like a pedophilia joke or something? And vote against you in the roast
Jamie
thing?
did.
Yeah. Like that was your downfall with something. And you're like, it's a joke, but you were like, you weren't the one doing the pedophilia, right?
Yeah.
That was your point or something.
That's
right?
the one time that I wasn't the one doing the pedophilia. That was the time I got in trouble.
Yeah.
It's uncharacteristic for someone else to be doing it. Because I think I have pedophilia, a lot of pedophilia jokes.
I didn't know that.
It's one of those things I always try and do one. Every set I do, I try to make one joke that is some racial undertone and some type of sexually harassing people.
Yeah. Well, rape or pedophilia.
Yeah, I don't do too much about rape. I think that's a little inappropriate.
Definitely had some rape. I remember you rocking the rape at the No Jokes Deluxe once.
Yes, I have done a couple rape jokes, but I don't have that many.
Okay.
It's not... It's really weird how that works. Like, if you make a rape joke, people get very uncomfortable because they think that you could potentially be a rapist.
Yeah.
But if you crack a pedophilia joke, then they're just like, oh, no.
Yeah.
Kids.
Let's hope that
Like-
they think that anyway. Yeah.
It's weird, though. You know what I mean, though? Like, people, I find... Maybe it's just the way the joke is done. But then again, at the Air Bar last... I did that joke and I got super quiet when I made that joke about pedophilia.
I remember in high school, I went around signing in people's yearbooks, like personal advice for the future. Like, and I said, never rape on the third date. And then, so you can read into that, like, what, it's okay on the first or the second or the fourth. So then the word got to these girls. They were like, are you okay with like rape? And I was like, no, it's a joke. You know, it's just meant to be like funny. And they're like, I don't get it.
Well, because if it's on the third date, you know them well enough, and you really couldn't rape them because it's, you know,
Yeah.
Potentially.
Yeah, I don't know. I just think it was. I didn't overthink it that much. Like, they didn't apply that much logic to it. I just thought it was just like it just makes it exclusive. Like, well, the other dates are fine. Just don't rape on the third one. That's the joke. It's not particularly like, I don't think so far as how well you knew her, like on the third date or anything. But
Well, they always say that if they're unconscious, it's assumed consent.
Was that first aid?
First aid, and
that's like after the roofie or something?
no, first aid. If someone is unconscious and you're going to do first aid, it's assumed consent.
Yeah, because you're bringing them back to life. You're assuming they didn't want to die, right?
Yeah, well, maybe you're giving them the Heim dick remover or whatever you call it.
Oh, okay, I got you, yeah.
The Hymen lick maneuver.
Oh, yeah, if CPR goes to the crotch, then it's being done improperly. Like... Anyone who's instructing CPR when it's straight for the crotch, I think they need their CPR instructor's license revoked, actually. But yeah.
Well, what do you think the R stands for in CPR? I thought it was cock and pussy rape.
Oh, okay. Thought it was more of a street level acronym. Like some people call this LSD, but we call it acid.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not angel dust.
This is, I always love the directions that my podcasts go in. There's always such good intent.
Yeah, we've taken some tangents for sure. Covered some.
See, I think what I just enjoy is just the ability to riff on something and see where it goes. Because I don't know how we got on half of these topics, but we did.
It could be like... Pat's here. Pat came in, and then we just went left with everything. It's Pat's fault.
We had a few left turns before, but not as many.
No, we weren't quite.
It was a lot of. It was just consistent left turns. So you're just coming back to where we started.
Yeah,
and not really accomplishing anything.
A lot of lefts you can get 360 degrees out of a lot of lefts.
Yeah,
for sure.
Well, like you could also wind up somewhere else.
Yeah.
Depending on how long it takes before you turn left again.
Get out in the water and keep turning left. You probably won't go too far either. Just be spinning. I had a car once though, but some kid was texting and like ruined my car. Just like
he was texting your car?
He was texting while driving his car, and then he just drove into the back of my car when I was at like a red light, and then my car went into another car, and I was in the middle.
Were you on LSD again?
What's that?
Were you on acid again?
No, I was driving my car. I only had a couple of drinks in me. But anyway, so my car became like a car accordion.
Yeah, a nice accordion. Cool sound.
Didn't make a good sound. It was my car was getting destroyed. Like I had an emotional attachment to the car, right? And then the kid jumped out of his car and was standing in my window and was like yelling, "Oh, I'm really sorry, sir. Are you okay?" And I didn't really want to talk to this kid right now. Like, he had just destroyed my car. And then somebody was going by in the left lane and was like, "You fucking idiot!" And I was like, "Yeah, what he said." It's like, I agree with him right now. And then the kid, all of a sudden, when the paramedics told him that his dad was coming, then he all of a sudden, the cops, it was the cops told him his dad was coming. Then he was like, "Oh, my neck's sore." And then they called an ambulance for him so that so when his dad got there, it seemed like he was injured, so he wouldn't have to deal with the shit that his dad was going to put him through for what he'd just done.
Yeah, I think that that's the only occasion where it's acceptable to beat your child.
Yeah, well, I hope that he beat him. Yeah, I'm rooting for that one. I know that
he didn't Michael Jackson beat it.
I know that the tow truck drivers like to argue over who's gonna like get to tow the car. I found that out because they make money every time because it's an insurance one. It's like guaranteed pay for them, right? So then one guy had already gotten my keys, and then somebody else was like, "Oh, why'd you give him your keys? Why'd you give them to me?" And I was like, "I don't know, man. He was like the first guy that came." It's like I don't have any personal feelings over you or him. Like, I'm sorry, man. Yeah. My car was just destroyed. I don't need these kind of emotional, tormented issues, like worrying about who's going to tow the damn thing.
Well, then.
Yeah. So that's why I don't have a car anymore, because it's too much trauma. And the texting. I don't like that either. Plus, I probably can't afford it.
Texting?
Not having a car. But I like to say that it's because of the texting.
I like to think that the government would not let you drive anyway.
Why? Because I'm just too insane?
Yeah, I think that's part of the reason.
The government is not aware of this, though. That's the best part. Insane people can slip through the cracks really well. You see them walking on the street all the time. Talking to themselves.
For some reason, I'm just picturing you walking in front by a mirror. Yeah. Especially that fucking weirdo. He's talking to himself and pointing at nothing.
Yeah, I think that's called like preparing for your upcoming gig, right?
I don't do that in front of a mirror.
I was told to do that.
I don't even.
That was the piece of advice that somebody gave me. It was like,
I don't
do
even,
it in front of a
I
mirror.
don't even do it out loud most of the time. It's just in my head.
You're just that talented, Matt.
I sit there and I look at my set list and I say, whatever the title of the joke is, and I layer it in a way that when I end a joke, I remember how the next one is, and I just say the words of all the titles, and I just say this word, this word, this word, this word. So most of the time, I just repeat like 10 words over and over and over and over and over.
And you got the joke bodies already down beforehand. Yeah.
So then I tell the joke, and as I'm coming to an ending of that joke, I remember what joke came after that one, and I just go from there. Yeah. Unless I'm doing an open mic, and then at that point, I just run off a set, but still the joke's still in my head. Yeah. I mean, theoretically, you could take the trouble to go through all of that for an open mic if you wanted to. But I guess you feel like you don't have to, right? So. I don't want to because there's no... See, the biggest thing is I usually sit down maybe only an hour before the actual open mic and write out my set list. Yeah. Because so often I'm like, I don't know what jokes I want to try. I'm going to do this one, this one, this one, this one, this one. Oh, maybe I'll do this one, maybe I'll do that one. I don't know. And then, so then I just go up and then I just look at the paper and I'm like, okay, it says PETA. PETA is weird. Yeah, that was the time you didn't remember the joke body though, right? I didn't have much to that one. Yeah, there just wasn't there. I never wrote the joke out for that one. I knew the general direction I wanted to go, and I ended up not writing it down. Yeah. So then I was like, I'll just try and think of it up in the moment. And then so I just said, PETA is weird. Yeah. That was how I started the joke and went from there. I have this new joke that I thought of yesterday, walking with Steve Fudge, and the basis of it is something, I don't know exactly how I'm going to word it, but is it the areola? Is that what the part of the nipple? Is that what it's called? The areola? Areola. Yeah. Pretty sure it's an R, not a V. That's it. I think down below is where the V's are. Yeah. I don't know. It's called areola. I'm not an expert on the female body, but so like if the girth of the areola, if a woman's areola has more girth than my penis, then it's just wasn't meant to be. Don't know. Is there a punchline beyond that? Because that was funny. I have no idea how. I'll maybe talk about pancake nipples. Pancake nipples are an interesting topic. And then go into that. That'd be the punchline maybe to the pancake nipples joke. Like sometimes it's nice to have some pancakes because they're delicious. I was scanning through Twitter this morning and I thought that I came up with a joke idea. But then I think I got some of the facts and the things like really incorrect. So I thought it was funny, but I messaged it to somebody and they were like, nah, don't do that. It was like Kylie Jenner is pregnant, I guess, or something. So I was like, I was going to be like, oh, Kylie Jenner. What the fuck? I thought she already donated her fallopian tubes to her dad when he did the sex change for his new vagina. Oh my God. But yeah, probably not all that funny. I thought it was kind of funny, but you gotta get your body parts from your family, right? Like when you get a kidney, it's always like a family member that donates it, right? So when you're building a vagina, like those parts got to come from somewhere. I don't know. That was my thinking anyway. Interesting. That is kind of funny.
Yeah, I'm
though.
glad they kind of told me not to run with that.
I think it's funny though.
Yeah, it's sort of funny. I mean, some interesting kind of concepts there, I guess. But it was just Kylie Jenner on Twitter, really. But people really care about her, I guess.
Well then, yeah, I've got all these different ideas for new jokes that I'm working on that I have to throw together before probably Wednesday, and I'll bust them out in Hampton.
Yeah, that's 2 days from now, right?
It is.
So, you plan on doing all new stuff on that?
No, not all new, but since I'm hosting, I did all new the last time.
Yeah.
Because not brand new, but
You could do some R-Bar stuff in Hampton, because that was a lot of new stuff from the R-Bar, right?
yeah, there was some of it that I did in Hampton already, and then there was some of it that I don't know. I think I did about 12 minutes at the R Bar.
Yeah, that's how long the video was, right?
Yeah, something like that. There was a good chunk of it that I had done in Hampton already, and then there was some other stuff that I hadn't. So I'll probably bring that stuff out, and then I'll do that, and then it's just I'm hosting, and hosting is you have to take like a different approach, I find.
Well, you keep going up and coming back
and
up.
there's no weird way. Like, you want to kind of address the audience and make them like say hello and do some weird things, and then somehow get into the material. I don't know. It's an interesting thing, and then also like. Yeah, I don't know, but I'll play around with it, and I'll figure out a set list, and when I want to write a few.
So the Miramichi thing, that's in an actual theater, right?
Yeah.
So that's different. Is there going to be a liquor license for that? Are there going to be drunk people in the theater? Or are they going to be like completely sober theater goers?
I think they are, but I'm not 100% sure, for being honest.
There'll probably be Acadians in that theater, for sure, though.
Yep. That sounds accurate.
Miramichi.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that show too.
I'd like to get in on that road trip. Actually, I'd pitch toward. Whoa. That was like you actually kind of exploded there.
That was good. That was a good one.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. You and Sam are driving up or something? Because you're both in it, right?
Godso wants to come. Drake Tobias wants to go. Sam. Shane. So.
That's too many to fit in one car.
I don't know if we're all fitting in one car or not.
Yeah.
And then we have a couple of complimentary hotel rooms.
Oh, you guys are hoteling it?
I guess so.
Wow.
And
you
then
guys
get
got
up-
comped rooms.
And then get up in the morning and come back for a roast battle.
Yeah. Because it's the night before, right?
Yeah.
30th to the 1.
Yeah, that's how that works.
Yeah.
After 30,
Calendars.
it's 1. Sometimes it's after 31, it's 1.
Yeah, this month it's not so much.
Sometimes after
September.
28 or 29, it's also 1.
Yeah. Well, in February.
Yeah. One time, I had this chick whose birthday was February 29th.
The leap year day.
And she was laying in my bed. And I thought about having sex with her, but then I was like, oh no, you're only actually 8 years old.
Yeah. Yeah. She celebrated 8 birthdays. is the way you look at it, yeah. But there's been some time in between. Just her birthdays kind of take a lot more days in between, right? To happen.
Yeah. That'd be weird.
I think Eric Lindros is born on a leap year. Just some useless fact.
Nice. All right. I'm trying to think if there's anything that I felt like talking about.
Well, we talked about a lot of things that you probably didn't feel like talking about. Well, I know that.
Do you have plans on getting on stage a second time already, or Or are you just going to do the first time and then go?
Yeah,
from
I'll
there?
just take it as it goes. I mean, I did talk to John Forward about the our bar for October, but that was before me and Sam kind of confirmed that I would do this one. And like John was like, yeah, I can put you on in October, and I haven't really talked to him again about it. So I don't know. I feel like if he gets other people that want to go on there, I'm okay with him kind of giving it to them, because I'm not a little bit unsure about how this is going to go, right? So I'm okay with, you know, as you said, there's probably a lot of guys looking for stage time or whatever. Guys and girls, right?
Yep.
And the in-betweens, I guess we can't be completely apolitically correct or whatever, but they probably don't appreciate being called in-betweens though, so maybe that's being incorrect. But anyway, so whatever. So yeah, I'm just focused more on just kind of like the afternoons roast battle. Hopefully that goes well, and then see what happens.
And then
right
from there.
Yeah.
That's my first time. There was like 2 months in between my first time and my second time, so
You had a little bit of some downtime to think about it.
yeah. And then I found out that I made the top 10 in boot camp, and I was like, oh shit, I should
Probably practice. Or,
yeah. So then I put my head down and never really.
Yeah, you've done a lot of shows, and you had quite a lot in this year, right? Like, did you do any in 2016?
Just that one open mic.
Yeah, so it was at the end of 2016, and then coming into 2017, right?
Yep.
So you're almost we're almost in the 10th month.
Yeah, so I think I have the mark down. It's been the last 2 months have been relatively quiet.
Really? So you were doing more in the middle of the summer, or
I think I did like 8 in July.
Yeah.
I've done 5 since then.
Okay.
So for August. And
So 5
September.
over mostly 2 months compared to 8 in 1 month is a little bit of a slower pace.
7, and there was one that I was supposed to do that I didn't. I went through all my jokes last weekend and organized stuff and got rid of some stuff and started laying it out in a way that I would do it if I was going to do one big set, and I'm at just over an hour.
So you think you could do an hour? That's huge. That's
I don't know if I would do an hour.
But I mean, to have enough material to be able to fill an hour is good, though.
But I'm also planning on headlining headlining the last Hampton show in November. I've been booked, I believe, to go headline a show with John Ford in Fredericton.
Nice.
And I talked to John yesterday, I think, about headlining Deluxe in December.
That's cool.
And then talked to, it's not public knowledge, so I won't say who, but I talked to people about doing an album recording.
Nice.
In probably January.
Okay.
So
yeah, so that'll be like maybe 45 minutes worth of stuff. For
I'll do somewhere between. I'll take. I'll cut it down to my best 40, 50, I think.
That's perfect.
And then, we'll go from there.
Yeah.
That being said, I'm still going to keep writing and.
Yeah, well, I mean,
try to write a new hour every year.
If you keep writing, if you don't keep writing anymore, then it's you're not really feeding the machine anymore, right?
Exactly.
You got to feed that comedy machine that Matt Keenan has become, right?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, so I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah.
I think that'll be cool. That'll be fun.
Because cooking cats forever just can't happen, right?
You can only do that so much.
Do they listen to these podcasts in there? I hope not. So you don't get
probably
fired
not.
or whatever. Yeah.
I won't get fired, but
That's good.
oh fuck. Yeah. So I'm trying to think of what I've got coming up. Hampton on Wednesday. If you're listening to this, if I put it out tonight, but I might not put it out tonight. But whatever tonight is could be tonight.
If this is coming out in the middle of Wednesday afternoon, be there tonight.
Yeah. And if you're listening to this on Monday, be there in 2 days. If you're listening to this on Tuesday, be there in 1 day. If you're listening to this on Wednesday, be there today. If you're listening to this Wednesday night, then fuck you. If you're listening to it anytime after, then you're lost. If you're in the somewhat close to Miramichi area, go see the show at the Vogue. Shane Ogden is headlining. Joe Butler is hosting, and Sam Lehman and myself are split middling. You get to see a whopping...
Does that make you middling comics?
You get to see, I guess so. You get to see a whopping 20 minutes of Matt Keno.
20 minutes? That's what you're doing, eh?
20 minutes.
They're expecting 20 from the both of you, and it better be good.
And 20 minutes in a theater.
Yeah, of
It's like 12 minutes.
popcorn eating motherfuckers, not eating
20 minutes in a theater is like 12 minutes at Deluxe.
Yeah.
Because
Some kind of like dog ear thing on the go there.
All those people, the laughter just like takes that much longer. There's a lot of stupid people, I think, there that
maybe
it takes them several seconds to start laughing.
Well, they're just amazed that they're in a theater.
And then also the way the sound works, when I say a joke, they don't hear it until 5 seconds later. They're at the back of the room.
Old theater echo.
And then they're like, oh, so then they hear the laughter coming with them, and then you hear the laughter coming back.
Yeah. I thought about writing jokes that I know only like a certain percentage of the audience will laugh, just to create the spirit of jealousy, you know? Like, oh, I didn't get that, and now I'm really pissed at those people that did, you know?
Yeah.
I thought maybe that's not the right way to approach comedy, though.
Well, to an extent, maybe. But you would eventually build your following if it was still good.
As long as you're hitting like different portions of the people each time.
If every time you do a show, none of those people are there.
Yeah.
Then I think you're just always bombing.
Yeah, that's probably not good to always bomb.
If you eventually build a following based on that
You can't
stuff.
just base it on jealousy, yeah, I don't think.
And then, roast battles on Sunday. Go to roast battles on Sunday. Watch people insult each other for the possibility of winning money, and watch Jonathan Nesbitt.
Yeah, I've invited people. I've even invited
Sherry.
family members out to this. This could be a mistake. But yeah.
There you go.
Fill my lungs up, pour my heart out, peel my bones away. Crack my window, shed my shadow, excavate my pain.
If I could read the world, my notebook and these thoughts in it, would they judge me or love me for what I've written? Trying to get closer to spirit that enters the body. It's the best of like I'm not in it. In 50-something years, I won't be here. There'll be a kid with some headphones covering his ears. Walk around the hallway, dreaming of ideas. Find himself in the sound, cause music is a mirror. What you looking for? What you heading towards? What's your name worth? When they mention yours? When you leave here, are you stepping forward? Can you remember your intention when they question yours? They're gonna question yours. They're gonna question yours. I've been to rock bottom, and I'm headed north. If you don't love yourself, what's the respect for? If you don't love life, the check won't correct yours. Excavate.
My lungs up, pour my heart out, peel my bones away. Crack my window, shed my shadow, excavate my pain. And I found peace, and I found
I had this vision of my death, surrounded by people I love and respect. In the baby blue Cadillac curse, pulling me around the block that I rep. The greatest fear that I've ever kept is dying with regrets. Like, was I just alive for success, or did I leave a better life for the rest? My greatest achievement isn't the dollars. My greatest achievement isn't the followers. My greatest achievement isn't the accolades. My greatest achievement is my daughter. Waking up in the morning being a father, watching the light kiss her eyelids, hearing her sing along the chants, and being like, yeah, that's my kid. The light started to glow, And the saxophone on Coltrane started to blow. Tender lean in the snow, turning my head bones. Couple miles to go before I run out of road. Excavate.
My lungs up, pour my heart out, peel my bones away. Crack my window, shed my shadow, excavate my pain. And I found peace, and I found peace, and I found peace, and I found peace.
Hold me up into the light and study every part of me. I'm an open book, no I don't mind. Sometimes I'm hard to read. Just flesh and bone, I'm headed home, but this life is so hard to leave. But who am I when they cut the lights and nobody's watching me? Hold me up into the light and study every part of me. I'm an open book, no I don't mind. Sometimes I'm hard to read. Just flesh and bone, I'm headed home, but this life is so hard to leave. But who am I when they cut the lights and nobody's watching me? Gemini.